Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Weekly Kick. I'm glad you joined me. It's going to be a beautiful day. The snow's going to disappear this week for sure, and we're in for a great week ahead. This is a great way to start our week together. So I want to tell you a little bit about what happened to me last week. So I was sitting at the kitchen table, and my family was there with me, and I started to get up, and I went like this, a bit of a groan, and I grabbed my chest because as if I was in pain, and I actually was. And my family responded with concern. They were wondering what's wrong. Am I having chest pains? And I denied it. I said, no, I'm fine. And I didn't say that there was something specific wrong that I could identify. So they were more and more concerned. They asked when the last time I'd gone for a physical was, and I kind of skirted the issue a little bit, made a bit of a joke about it. And I kept them going for the rest of the day. The next day, I got up and I was feeling significantly better. And so I told my wife later on that day, here's what happened. It wasn't chest pains as in heart attack chest pains. What it was this caused it the day before. I had worked out, a new different kind of workout, and I had chest pains all right. I was just really stiff. I'd gotten stiff in here because I'd tried something new. And I didn't want her to know about this. I didn't want my kids to know about it because the natural result of that is going to be, they're going to be poking it. They're going to be poking me in the chest because they knew it was sore and they think it's funny. And I do the same thing. So it is, I find it hilarious. But when they found out what had happened, they weren't quite as amused as I was. They didn't think it was quite so funny. I still think it's hilarious. I still think it's funny. They still don't find as much humor as I do in the whole affair. I didn't give them the complete information, the complete package, if you will, of what they wanted to understand. They wanted to know what was wrong. And I gave them, in a way, I kind of led them down a different path because I didn't want them to know exactly what was wrong. I wanted to keep some information from them. I didn't lie, but I misled them in a way, or I just held information back. And for a joke like this, it's kind of funny. And I'll do it and I'll find, I'll laugh about it. But when it comes to business, when it comes to leadership, that's a completely different issue. Sam Walton from Walmart, the founder of Walmart, he had this to say. What he said was, the more information I can give my employees, the better they will do. The more they're going to feel that they're part of the team, and the better care they're going to take of our customers. Why do we hold information back from our employees? Why do we try to keep information at certain times from the people that we're leading? Why don't we try to give people as much information as possible so they understand why they're doing what they're doing, what exactly it is they need to be doing, and when it needs to be done, and to what degree, and to what level of quality, and how we want them to treat the customers. Why don't we want them to understand more about what they're doing? Why do we hold that information back? It only hinders them from doing their best. It only keeps the people we supervise from being the best they can be and doing what we actually need them to do and what we're expecting from them, but we're not giving them all the information that they need in order to make that work. So it's easy for us to hold that information back, and because it feels like power sometimes, because it feels, and I worked for somebody a few years ago, and he was convinced that the people that he had working for him were incapable of dealing with the information. So, Todd, you need to hold some of this back from them. He only had 6 or 7 employees, but he felt that they couldn't handle this without emotionally having some issues. And I just said, then you've got the wrong people working for you. Wouldn't you want the smartest people possible in that role, the best people you can find doing those jobs within your company? It's the same for us. If we're leading people who are incapable of dealing with information about how to do the job better, about why we're doing it a certain way, and what we expect, and what some of the ramifications are, then maybe we're employing the wrong people. Maybe we're supervising the wrong people. We want the best we can possibly have working for us, and then give them all the information they need in order to do the job that we need them to do to the best of their ability. Well, that's the challenge for today. That's your kick, and hope you have a great week. Talk to you next week.